We are in Montsant, the appellation Montsant. Montsant basically is clay limestone soils. There is a bit of granite. Then we are here in this kind of soils. We like the granite because the granite is fresh soil. They have a lot of conductivity, electricity. Is what we define our wines.
What can I say? We love the country, we love growing vines, and we like making wine with low intervention. And the main idea is to put in the glass as much as we can of the views of the character of our town. And if you see in the mountains, in every part of the mountains that you see this kind of walls in stone, you see it here in front of us, all that was vineyards. The vineyard in this area in the Mediterranean, it's a cultivation that was selected naturally to resist the most hard conditions. Where anything goes, the vine gives you something.
They're a perfect set of personalities to link up together because they actually over the time they're getting more similar to each other. They've always been very open-minded with everything, how they make wine, their idea of making wine. They had very clearly which kind of wine they wanted to make. They searched a long time and worked a long time around the area to find exactly the soil they needed to make the wines that they thought that were their personality.
We don't look for to have a winery, we don't look for make wine. We only enjoy making the things that we are doing. But first of all, we have to see different places, visit different people, talk with all people, mostly here in the area, and feel that with this kind of world, we can live the life that we want to have.
No tenim un mètode sempre feu igual, sinó que ens adaptem molt a l'any, no? Depèn de com va l'any, com l'interpretem, doncs intentem jugar, no? Que al final és lo divertit d'aquesta feina, que vas jugant i cada any és diferent, és lo divertit. No és com la Coca-Cola, cada any és diferent.
Què t'inspira? O tus héroes?
Mis héroes? Messi.
When you are in for example, when you go to visit some city, you go to see a cathedral or some building, old building, and you visit a place where is, for example, a cathedral made of granite, and it's really hot, and you sit on the floor. Normally, you have the sensation of it's colder, no? And it seems. But for example, if you sit in a soil that is dark and you sit, it's hot. It's not comfortable. Then it's the same for the grapes, no? It's not a comparison between different wines or different areas. We are here and we try to represent our climate, our soil, and the grapes that we have here to connect with the soil and the sun. The weather, climate change, no? That every day we have more problems of this, of rain. At the moment that you don't need the rain, hard rain, ice, sun from April to August, no rain, a lot of sun. Real problems of that in everywhere, not only here in Europe or not, in everywhere. But at the end we need to fight to try to change our part. That is, from our point of view, trying to respect the soil, don't add anything, and respect the nature, no? But only we can do our part, no? Here, all the rest, no? If everyone make our part, maybe we can help something, maybe not. But the nature is not stupid, no?
They're very vibrant, very live wines that they make here, and other areas probably they're more mineralised or different kind of mineralised, but they've actually got the right. ended up at the right place for the kind of wines they wanted to make.
This vintage reminds me a lot the vintage 2003. It was also a really hot year all the summer and dry, but I suppose that from 2003 to till now, my approach is really different. And the reactions that we have, Patri and me, and Giuseppe, all the team in the fields, to make life better for plants, to resist better this situation, and the way we affront after that with all the information of these years in the cellar is really, I have confidence, so I feel well. It's a hard year, mainly for the vines because it's been really hot, but they resisted quite well. As you can see, they're fresh, the leaves are green, the grapes are good and juicy. It will be really different than last year, but it's one of the things that make interesting also our work, is the challenge of every year. And I'm not talking about a philosophical thing. Agriculture is the biggest risk that you have, because if today we have hail that comes from a storm, we are lost. And this is the biggest risk, because then in the cellar you take risk. You work with indigenous yeast and bacteria, you don't make collage, you don't make filtration, you only add a bit of sulfites. This is a risk, but this is a risk that you can control more. What you cannot control is the weather. So the biggest risk is being a grower.
It's always good vibe for everyone working here. There's not really any longer any stress. There used to be a bit more stressful, but nowadays it's no problem. Good relationship always, and go ahead and do whatever you can. They're more artists. Artisans is a thing that you kind of go backwards to. It was a time before. No, they're evolving continuously with what they have, changing the varieties, going back to some of the traditional varieties that were around the area, but they're using the old varieties to make new wines.
Pep and me, we come from the surroundings of Barcelona. There is no vines there. There is only streets and other things before we pass for another areas. But when we arrive at this area, we feel that it was our area. No, I feel free. I feel free.